I just wanted to say something real quick for everybody at home and, everybody here tonight. I think the obvious point in the room is that it's been a long time since I've seen some of y'all. And it wouldn't be fair to me to kind of just continue like nothing happened, Like I gotta tell my loyal fans, I see a lot of y'all with the merch on and, y'all be supporting day one people, you know what I'm saying? Real humans, real individuals in this room right now and watching from home with stories just like I got. For me, when I made this album, like, it was originally like named after my mom, like I was trying to like find that pocket. But then I realized that was just unfair in a way. There's so many people that helped me become who I am today. And some of those stories that I'm telling on the album that you guys seen in the doc or the people that I'm raised around, that's just the half of it. That's not even the half of it, if I'm honest. But my grandma passed away last year, same month. So it's kind of there's a celebration tonight for her. I wish she was able to be here, but I think she's here in spirit. I like to believe, When I was writing this album, I was just surfing through the topics. And, these same stories kept coming up, these same prominent stories about how, I grew up and just wanted to shine light on that for people, not to make it seem like I'm some sort of special individual. I think everybody in here can relate to something I got to tell. I mean, that's why y'all here, right? So as I grow in my career, this is a very special night because I went away and I did something very important and I got to shine light on that story. So I know my grandma's proud. I know my family, they're in the room, they're proud. My mom's not able to be here tonight, but I hope she's watching. And it's not that I'm elusive or anything, or I'm trying to like, be gimmicky, or it's just real life shit that I go through every day, like I remember, I'll tell y'all a little story about Coachella, right? Some of y'all may have been there, some may not have, but you were there, yeah. So Coachella, we're working on this album and we're starting the platform for this album. We had a house and like during that album, I remember getting a call and they said my mom had left rehab, For me, that was the last option, that was the last hope, so to hear that she had left, I'm like, how do y'all let her leave, And that was hours after I got off the stage. So I'm going through shit every day, you know what I mean? And I got this medium. I'm so blessed to have this medium and people that, will listen to that, so. So tonight is a celebration for those that go through things. And I made this album because of that. And I named it Casino because that's where I went through all of the things that I went through. And that's shaped me to be up here today. So, this was an album where I kind of just, a lot of these stories, I'm telling you, I used to be embarrassed to talk about. Nobody wants to talk about their mom being in that sort of way or whatnot. I grew up just being like, damn, this is embarrassing to me, but I kind of changed my perspective on that a lot, It's not embarrassing no more. It's an empowering thing. Like, I wouldn't change my story, ever. I wouldn't change not one bit. This album is for the child that walks home slow. Get off the school bus and you're just with your friends and then you get home and it's a whole different world. You're a whole different person. This is for that kid that walks home slow with the AirPods in their ears or, so. Again, I want to thank you guys for celebrating this album with me tonight. I appreciate you.